Starting off at 5 with a check of a scorching forecast. ACs across Denver have been working overtime. A heat wave continues to impact Colorado, with today being the hottest of the bunch. Temperatures did get close to triple digits in the Denver area. However, there is relief on the way. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Marshall Zellinger in for Kim Christensen.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. Glad to have you with us. Let's go ahead and bring in Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin. Kathy, the stretch of extreme heat is finally coming to an end. This makes this one happy.
While we love the summer heat, we do, and this is what we expect in July, to have highs near 100 degrees both Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then again today. I think we're ready for a break, and Mother Nature will be delivering. We're looking live at Lyman as we think in the next few days we're going to see some pretty good thunderstorms out on the eastern plains, slow-moving storms that could drop some heavy rainfall. Look at your current temperatures right now. Denver is sitting at 97, 100 in Greeley, 101 in Fort Collins, 100 in Sterling, 102 in Ray. This marks day number 31 of 90 degrees or better, or headed for the average, but possibly into record territory in terms of one of the warmer summers on record. Also tracking the wind, as you can imagine, elevated fire danger always a concern with thunderstorms that produce wind and lightning, but all of the severe thunderstorms are north and east of us in Nebraska as we look to the south at a few showers. Some of this rain actually making it to the ground, but lightning detection also showing a bit of lightning and wind with these storms tracking from the southwest to the north. Temperatures in the mid-90s now will drop slightly late tonight, but this is going to be a warm night for sleeping with overnight lows in the 70s for many areas. Your weather headlines, including the summer heat is on to start the week, but change is coming midweek with a big cool down and rain, but maybe too much of a good thing as our flash flood threat is increasing. I'll tell you when and where with all the details in your extended forecast coming up.
A quick update to breaking traffic news we brought you in the last 10 minutes, and it looks a lot better now. All lanes of westbound I-70 near Watkins are open. CDOT says a vehicle fire shut multiple lanes down for a bit. That backup was on the right side of the screen and has since cleared from the CDOT camera.
Big news coming out of Boulder today. Coach Deion Sanders revealed he has been treated for bladder cancer.
His doctor made a declaration today that he's been cured, a term she doesn't use lightly. As 9 News' Jeremy Hahola reports, Coach Prime now has a major lifestyle change to get used to.
Coach Prime revealing he's a cancer survivor after a scare earlier this year.
It's just totally different, and I know there's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through.
Doctors discovered the cancer in his bladder during a routine scan of his vascular system.
So the type of cancer he had has a very high recurrence rate, and there can be progression as well.
Coach Prime is among the 84,000 Americans who will be impacted by bladder cancer this year, according to the American Cancer Society. Symptoms can be blood in the urine, with the condition turning up mostly in men and people who smoke.
The good news is when it's detected early, there's a very, very high cure rate.
Doctors gave Sanders the option to keep his bladder, but undergo constant cancer treatments at a clinic for the next 3 years. The coach didn't want lengthy treatment and decided to completely remove his bladder so he could stay on the sidelines with the team.
Given his commitments to his family and to the team, elected to undergo a bladder removal. We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder, and I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
You can clap, it's okay.
The new bladder is made from his small intestine, but it means relearning how to go to the bathroom and on a strict schedule. In classic Prime style, the coach joked about wearing a diaper like his baby grandson.
We kind of see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like it's ridiculous, but I'm making a joke out of it. But it's real. Like it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. But this wasn't easy. Men, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you get the right care.
Coach Prime said he lost about 25 pounds during this whole process. He also revealed he kept this secret from his son so they wouldn't be distracted
from their football careers. The American Cancer Society says it's always important to get screened, especially if you notice any symptoms. Marshall, back to you.
Thank you, Jeremy. It's a breath of fresh air to hear him be so cavalier about this porta potty that's going to be on the sideline, because that might be one of the most uncomfortable parts of this, and he is just out in the open with this.
He's very transparent. He's joking about it, but he's also being serious about getting checked out.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Well, with Sanders Cancer-Free, we can talk about sports without seeming crass. At today's news conference, Coach Prime said he will still lead the Buffs.
I always knew I was going to coach again. I never didn't realize I was going to coach again. I was always going to coach. It was never in my spirit, in my heart, that God wouldn't allow me to coach again.
We'll have more on Coach Prime's coaching future coming up later in sports. Closing arguments are now set for tomorrow morning in the murder trial of a dentist accused of poisoning his wife. James Craig's case could be in the hands of the jury by early afternoon.
He faces a first-degree murder charge and 5 other felonies for the March 2023 death of his wife, Angela Craig. Kevin Vaughn from our 9 News Investigates has been covering this trial in that courtroom day after day, and he's joining us now from Arapahoe County. Kevin, can you give us a sense of what the jury is going to hear tomorrow morning?
Alex and Marshall, they're going to hear a recap of 2 weeks of the prosecution's evidence and questions from the defense about whether the police investigation of Angela Craig's death was thorough. Prosecutors allege that James Craig dosed Angela Craig's protein shakes with arsenic and a chemical from eye drops and then gave her a final injection of cyanide. For 2 weeks, the jurors sat in court and listened intently as prosecutors laid out that case. They heard about computer searches for different kinds of poisons and purchases of eye drops from an area grocery store. They learned of James Craig's long history of womanizing and of a new relationship that began in Las Vegas just weeks before Angela Craig's death. They also heard the defense repeatedly raise the idea that investigators were sloppy, that they failed to collect some potential evidence, such as a laptop computer. But they did not hear from any defense witnesses or from James Craig himself. Closing arguments are scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow. Those are going to take about 3 hours. The judge then has to read jury instructions, and then the jurors will retreat to a room behind the courtroom and decide whether James Craig is guilty of first-degree murder and 5 other felonies. Live in Arapahoe County, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
A 15-year-old boy is recovering tonight at the Children's Hospital after a boat hit him at Cherry Creek Reservoir last night. CPW says the teen was on a tube being pulled by a boat when he was hit. CPW says he suffered some cuts to both of his legs. Still no update on his condition, but he is expected to be okay. Investigators are working to learn more about what exactly happened and if anybody could face any charges.
Decisions will be made to figure out which Denver redevelopment projects deserve part of $175 million. That's according to our partners at the Denver Business Journal. According to those documents from the Downtown Denver Authority, the projects with priority focus deal with transportation and integration between downtown and surrounding areas. Some of the applicants include affordable housing developments and parks. The money used will be from the estimated $570 million bond voters approved to expand last fall. The DDA is expected to issue the funding by the end of September.